can you talk about, summarise where we're up to and some of the process, so we've got it on record, about the DHBs, the clinical pathways through the DHB?
Okay, so with the clinical pathways, the Christchurch or the Canterbury DHB are doing the pilot. And so that pilot is website, basically, the clinical pathways website with a polio page. And that page looks at assessment and provides the tools for that. And then whatever referrals come out of that, the pathways for that, and then making some sort of rehabilitation plan. And then that links that to local resources. And also the Duncan Foundation. So that, at the moment, I'm thinking a month or two. As soon as that's done, then Hutt Valley Capital Coast are looking at adopting that and modifying it, and so is Waikato. And then we will negotiate with all the other DHBs around the country. And so that effectively will give every GP in the country access to the best up-to-date information on polio.
So effectively, that means that once this is going, a person with polio should be able to go to any GP in New Zealand, and that GP should be able to then be fully briefed into what they need to be doing for this person.
That's right.
Oh, well, that's amazing.
The biggest complaints we've ever had is, one, doctors don't know anything, and two, my orthotics are rubbish.
Yeah.
So we're working on both those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yesterday, I got this guy ring me up just through the publicity, and he's an accident, spinal cord injury, when he was 20. Had a very productive life, I think, done pretty well. And so I was I didn't realise, I thought he was polio for a while, then I didn't realise he wasn't, and that he wasn't really eligible under the Duncan Fund. But it so happens he can perfectly afford it. And so he's off to San Diego.
Brilliant.
To get here, along with 3 others from Australia who are now flying there as a result of what we've done.
Fantastic. So I imagine too that once the word gets out there, there'll be a lot of ACC people who will go for it because they'll be able to go for it.
Is making a case to ACC. So we have a guy who's a spinal injury cord who's been seen by Marmaduke, and we are applying to ACC to get a brace from him. So that would set the precedent. You know, what we're looking at doing is setting up a whole validation program using Artificial Limb Service and the Auckland Biomechanical Engineering Department. And, you know, when we get a few more here, we'll do some really interesting gait analysis and tests and x-rays and things to look at how our skeletal framework is in the new orthosis and what sort of gait we've got and what sort of energy gains and that sort of thing. But helping set up a training program in New Zealand for people with these things, because what we don't want to do is get people here with the braces and no help. You know, I've been lucky and set up my own gym and parallel bars and stuff, but really half the energy, you know, what we do to learn to use them is, without that, they're useless.
Yeah.
And so people need support to do that. So what I'm doing is hopefully setting up a program and a resource to support people in New Zealand, and then Duncan Fund will train physios around the country in assisting people to wear and use dynamic braces. It's sort of growing fast, and so we have to manage that. And it is, personally, now my day is completely different. I've got so much more energy during the day and at night that I never had. I used to have sleep every afternoon, and then after 6 or 7 o'clock I was buggered. Not like that anymore. You know, Marmaduke's theory is that a lot of post-polio is just that our muscles are so tired because they're overworking so much, and that you stop that, you actually recover, and the muscles recover. So yesterday I went to Thames Hospital Physio Department with my first appointment under our current health system, and they are going to, I think, give me 8 sessions in teaching me and helping me learn all the correct moves. So I took the video that Marmaduke has in the book, and we've set the thing up, and they've done all the baseline measurements on me, and we're going to record that over the next 8 weeks. And a student there who's going to write the whole thing up as a research project, which is excellent. She's a physio student from AUT in Auckland, but she's on section here, And so she's going to write the whole thing up as a project, which will be really good for us to have that documentation.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's been a very successful first interview, and
we'll make it a regular thing, shall we?